I'm making one video for every day in July, and this is the 14th video. And if you happened to just watch the video that I made before this, you'll see it's the same shirt with the same cool pigeon with sunglasses because I'm recording these ones back to back and uploading them at the same time. So 14th video, what's it about? Just fun historical fact that can be operationally relevant for you in the modern day if you get into New York City politics. New York City's government, as we know it, is only about 35 years old because the Supreme Court, the federal Supreme Court of the United States, struck down our central governing body called the Board of Estimate in 1989, and our whole government had to be reformed. Our charter had to be completely rewritten, and all of that was done in less than a year. Pretty much most New Yorkers don't know this political history, but the court case, which is Board of Estimate of City of New York v. Morris from 1989, is one of the most consequential Supreme Court cases that has been handed down. At least I think so, but no one's ever heard of it. So now you know. From the city's consolidation, when the 5 boroughs came together to be one in 1898, up until 1989, the central governing body of our city was called the Board of Estimate. And for almost all of that time, the people who sat on it were the 5 borough presidents and the 3 officers we elect, officers of the municipal corporation that we elect citywide: mayor, comptroller, and a thing that used to be called the president of the city council that's now called the public advocate. So 3 citywides, 5 borough presidents. And that board of 8 people controlled or legislated on most of the largest and most consequential decisions in the city, including the budget, including land use, including other things. So now you know. And if you go into the New York Times archive to look this up, or to look up what was happening in 1988 and 1989 when this case was winding its way through the courts, people thought if the Board of Estimate goes away, then the city's going to collapse. The boroughs will split apart again because it's been, maybe the only thing holding them together because all the borough presidents have equal representation, which is also the thing that made the board illegitimate in the eyes of the Supreme Court. Because Staten Island, population is small, same representation, same power as Brooklyn, very large, many more people, etc. So it's cool political history. If you want to interrogate it more, you would ask yourself questions like, well, how are they able to redo their entire form of government and get it on the ballot? So the case comes down in March. We have our new charter and our new form of government on the ballot for the voters of the city by November. They approve it by like 55-45. Goes into effect next January. How did they do that so fast? And it was a decent job. So how'd they do that? Usually when you think about large revolutionary change, a lot of people talk about burning it down. It doesn't have to be burn it down if you're competent. So why did it go so well? That's an interesting question, and there's a good answer there. And it's worth finding out that answer so you can apply it to your own political projects or other things. Another reason why this story is interesting on a meta level, it is so consequential and so important in political history to know that this happened. It explains in one fell swoop why our modern government is the way that it is, and yet no one knows about it. And so the thing I like to ask people is, well, do you think there are any more of those stories at the city level? How many of those stories do you think there exist at the state level, at the federal level? How many of them are going on right now and you don't even know about it? Because, as I mentioned, Board of Estimate v. Morris from 1989, the one that struck down the Board of Estimate, that was one Supreme Court case among many. The court hands down tens and tens and tens of opinions every year, and most people hear of perhaps 1 or 2 max via headlines, if any at all. What's going on with the rest of them? So now that you know about the Board of Estimate, think to yourself maybe 2 things. How did they do that so quickly and so well? And what else is there to know about political history that's important that most people don't know about? And what's happening now that's incredibly consequential that you haven't heard of, that the headlines aren't talking about?